Can you dig the digits?
Can totally dig a Bulls win tonight against the Indiana Pacers. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Windy City
baby.
Digits. Wildcard Wednesday / Bulls postgame tonight. Bulls win by 15. I guess the Pacers should have been 17, except for that little Bush League play by Mathurin at the end of the game. Bulls win 124-109. So,
Bush League, huh?
yeah, that was a cheap. I don't know. Yeah, you saw Vooch. I don't know if you saw that after the end of the game. Vooch was kind of giving him a little bit of a talk, like that's not cool what you just did.
They're a young team, man. They've got a lot to learn.
Yeah, they'll learn. He's a rookie. He'll learn. He was, but plus it was his former college teammate. I'm sure that had it been someone else, he probably wouldn't have done the play. But not right to show up his old college teammate. So anyway,
well,
Bulls win tonight.
Let's get to it, baby.
124-109. What did you think of the game?
Well, the first half was outstanding. Great, once again, great ball movement. Not only good ball movement, but constant motion, and a lot of guys driving to the rim, which is like huge success for the Bulls when they do that. How about you?
Yeah. COD, thanks for showing up, man. Thanks for the comment there. I thought it was good in the first half. I mean, they scored almost 7. They scored over 70 points in the first half. DeMar didn't have that many. Yeah, DeMar barely had any points in the first half. Patrick Williams got involved. I think he dropped 6 points in the first half, which was nice, right? But I think the thing is that Dragic Drummond connection, that thing, like.
Isn't it outstanding, man?
At times tonight,
fuego.
Look, at times tonight, Io, especially in the second half when the Pacers made that run, Io, there was a lot. They went back to a lot of ISO stuff. The ball wasn't moving as much, and Io seemed to kind of lose a little bit of control of the game. And then Drummond came in. Skokes, what's going on, brother? And then
Skokes,
Dragic came in. And like the whole team, the ball was moving. Dragic was making some great passes, some great assists. But the second Dragic got the ball, like the ball kept moving, like it didn't stop in anyone's hands. It kept moving. They kind of made a little bit of a mini run and kind of got back, kind of got that lead back. So, Io's still growing in that role. He's not, don't get me wrong, he's been playing well, but still, Dragic tonight I thought was the player of the game.
I totally agree, man. Dragic, I don't know what his line ended up being. I've got some stats up here on the screen, but Dragic had, I think, 13 points, 2 or 3 rebounds, 5 or 6 assists.
5 assists. 3 for 3.
And actually, how many guys in the Bulls had 5 assists or more? Take a guess, everybody.
2, 3.
What?
Io had 7. Io had 4. DeMar had 6 assists. Zach had 5. Io had 7.
Man, they were dishing it left and right. They had before I left to come down here to podcast, they had around 30 assists, 29 assists. That is the recipe for Bulls success moving forward the rest of the year, man.
Yeah, look, when the ball's moving, right, they're in good shape. But again, like it's still amazing to me that he's still able to go 11 deep. I mean, that bench, that second team is playing well. Someone is going to have to be an odd man out, and it's going to be a good problem to have when Lonzo comes back. That's going to be a good problem because you're not going to take Dragic out of that backup point guard role. Io's probably going to have to move over to the 2. For a little bit, and someone's going to lose some time. Kobe's shooting wasn't quite as hot tonight as it been the last couple of games. Only 2 for 6 from 3. That's all he took tonight. Didn't even take any 2s. All he took was 3s, 2 for 6. Zach was hot from deep. He 6 3-pointers tonight. So, again, this is a team you should have beat, right? It should. The third quarter got a little bit hairy there, right? But
Yeah, it
this is a
did.
team. This is a team that you needed to beat. You need to get this home game. You needed to get this win before you head into the back-to-back coming up this weekend. So
The Bulls shot over 50% from the 3-point range tonight, which is very uncharacteristic of them. So we're not going to be able to count on that every game. I mean, honestly, unless their ball movement continues to be like that, and they're getting wide open threes, but we're not counting on 50% from the Bulls. I mean, we're around 30% or lower.
yeah, I
As a
mean, we
team.
look honestly. I mean, we took 33s tonight. We hit 16 of them, right? I mean, that was 53%. We're not going to shoot 53% every single game. But I'm going to be interested in these next two games, the back-to-back. To have two back-to-backs in the first 2 weeks of the season. And I know Skokes and some of the other people that normally listen to us think I'm crazy, because it's still early in the season. But look, there's a reason why they tried to eliminate more back-to-backs. They tried to reduce the number of back-to-backs you have to play in the season. There's a reason why. And I don't care if it's the beginning of the season.
What's the reason, Coach?
Players said it was too exhausting. Players said it was too hard. I mean, the games were terrible. The back end of those back-to-backs were terrible. Players weren't playing for what do they call it? Load management. So those stores, thanks, Katie. I appreciate that. So look, that's the reason they started reducing, because these players weren't playing. Like, look, Zach's probably not going to play the back-to-back this weekend. He's probably going to sit out the first end against San Antonio, and then he'll play Saturday night against Philadelphia. That's the reason they started to reduce these number of back-to-backs. So to have two of them in the first 2 weeks, we'll see how they play this weekend. I mean, I'm hoping for a split, but if they lose that first one in San Antonio, having to come back and play Philadelphia, who we can't beat Embiid, that was proven last year. I don't think we've ever beaten Embiid since he's been in the league.
Yeah, we don't play very well against Philadelphia, but it is a different team. So I have hope. DeMar could have been one of in the top, the 50th player to reach 20,000 points tonight. He fell short of that. But what's kind of cool about him going to San Antonio is you would think that'd be kind of a special place for him to get that 20,000 points. Although Toronto would be cool.
Yeah, you would either want, if it's not in Chicago, you'd want it to be in Toronto or San Antonio for sure.
So who is pick your two top players of the game today?
Well, I said the first one was Dragic, was the first one. And that second one, I would say Vooch, because I'd say Vooch. I mean, he really kind of set the tone early. I don't know why they went away from him again, right? But Ayo played really well tonight too. But I don't know. I mean, Dragic to me really kind of stood out head and shoulders above the rest of the guys tonight. What do you think about your top players for tonight?
Yeah, you know what, Dragic, and I would say Zach.
Yeah, Zach shot well.
Not only did he shoot well, he shot 10 of 12 from the free throw line, and that is exactly what Zach needs to do more often. He drove to the lane. He had 6 rebounds, 5 assists too. Yeah. That's a pretty darn good game, man. He was
and he had a lot more that he went to the hole where there was either no call or he got a block. He got blocked.
Yeah, he still has to control his dribble a little bit better. He tends to try and go through 3 guys sometimes and loses his dribble. But Dragic. So what do you call Dragic? That was what Stacey King was trying.
He called him the House of Dragic tonight. That's what he called the stadium, the House of Dragic. So
I like that,
Morris,
man.
thanks for checking in. Appreciate it, man.
I agree with Morris, man. Zach, if you looked at Zach's defense in the fourth quarter, it was pretty stellar too. He helped out on defense. He had a block. He had a steal. He was moving his feet pretty well. But one thing you noticed this season with Zach is uh, he can't get up high enough. Like he didn't get very high against that block Miles Turner had. I don't know if he's 100%.
Well, like I said, like like they mentioned, like he's got a little bit of pain, at times, and then, like a little discomfort. I don't think it's anything big, but
Yeah,
that's why I don't think he's going to play the back to back this weekend. I think he's going to sit out San Antonio, which I think plays out well because DeMar kind of being the star player, the featured player in San Antonio isn't a bad thing.
not at all.
So I think Zach's probably going to sit out Friday night and then play on Saturday against the Sixers. I think who was it? Skokes mentioned the fact that Io closed out the game. Dragic was on such a roll there right on, into the fourth quarter. And then that lineup they have at the end of the game, again, with Javante in there for Patrick Williams and then AC in there with Io and DeMar, that was a pretty good lineup that they had toward the end. But the good thing is that Billy's got some good problems there at the end of the game. He's got a lot of people to choose from to kind of close out the game.
Any surprises tonight? Anybody you were like pleasantly surprised with? I mean, besides the obvious Dragic and Drummond connection.
It's to me, it's still, it's still that Drummond Dragic connection. It's amazing to me. I mean, these guys have never played together, right?
No, you can't pick those two. I just said that. That was not the question. Surprise.
I don't really. You know what? Everyone played the ways they're supposed to. I mean, I don't think there was any big surprises per se. I don't know. Any of you guys out there think there were any big surprises? Anyone out there want to comment as far as like anything? What about you?
Patrick Williams.
And why is that?
Well, he had 2 threes. I saw him drive to the hole a couple times. I mean, he only played 14 minutes, which is typical of the last game. I think he had very similar minutes, and Caruso, Drummond, and Javante had more minutes than him. So there's Dragic.
Morris agrees with you.
But P-Dubs, the paw man, I kind of liked what I saw. So if he can continue on that path a little bit by little, maybe we'll get that pat back that we saw at the end of the year against Toronto. I think it was against Toronto. He's not going to get the minutes he did in that game, but if he could do that, and the rest of these role players are doing what they're doing, man, we've got a solid squad without Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, I mean, again, what they're doing right now is kind of unheard of. I mean, most teams go 8, maybe 9 deep in a game.
Yeah.
Billy's going 11. And like even that 11th guy off the bench, I mean, Derek James Jr. almost played 10 minutes tonight. He usually plays a little bit more, but even the 10 minutes he was in, grabbed 3 rebounds in there. He was a plus 16 while he was in the game. The worst player tonight was DeMar and Patrick. They were a -3. Nikola was a -1. Io was a -1. Zach was plus 12.
I like this cat Morris.
So
this guy Morris is absolutely correct, man.
Patton, yeah.
He was.
Yeah, and that's the thing we've been frustrated with, right? We don't want him hiding in the corner.
Yeah, we say it all the time, Morris. He's always in the corner just standing there. No ball cuts. I didn't understand that, but it was great to see him moving. The one thing that was a disappointment tonight?
Kobe's shooting.
Yeah, we know that Kobe's hot and cold, man.
Yeah, I mean Kobe's hot and cold, right? But I mean, like, there's got to start to be some consistency in there, right? I mean, like he's playing 12 minutes tonight. He took 6 shots, right? He finished 33%. If he hits one of those other ones that he misses, he finishes 50%. But he's got to
Good
be
math. Good
a
math.
little more consistent, I think. I don't know. What
You're the
about you?
math.
What do you think?
Well, obviously, I think you're the mathematician in the household, so that's positive.
Perfect 36 on my
Um,
ACT. Thanks for asking.
yeah, right, dude.
I did. I got a perfect 36 on my ACT in math.
You did not.
I did.
I want a record of that, man.
Okay, I'll prove it to you. I got a perfect 36.
Okay, so I'm shocked Pat Williams didn't have one rebound.
I'm
That
not.
would be one. That would be one. Well,
Okay.
I still am shocked that Pat Williams, with the size, the body that he has, the athleticism that he has, that he does not get more rebounds.
Yes, Storm, that's
Storm,
true. That's correct. I got 36.
Storm's impressed, and I was disappointed with the third quarter defense. And once again, the 3-point shot. I know it was falling easy for the Pacers, but you could even sense Billy Donovan was getting ticked off. Not only the 3-point line, but the help defense was lagging too. He called a timeout and he was yelling either towards Io, and I don't know who else was walking off the floor with Io.
I saw that. It was against. I think it was more toward Io more than anything else.
Yeah, they were really ticked off at that, man. So that those are the major disappointments. Third quarter, I think that happened the last game too against Boston. We let them start coming back. Our starters have got to come off better in the second half.
Well, look, this Storm feels is kind of coming around, so we can only hope the same for P. Will, right? That he's going to start coming around too, right?
Well, let's spin this now. Talking about that, the rope for Fields.
Okay, it is Wild Card Wednesday, so sure.
It's Wild Card Wednesday, so let's talk about what happened in Palace Hall today.
With the Robert Quinn trade?
No. With Roquan crying about the trade.
What about it?
I'm joking, man. Yes, about Robert Quinn, dude.
We texted a little bit back and forth about it. Look.
Yeah, I know we did, but
if someone was willing to give us a fourth, I don't think there was really any plans to move him. But I think when they got an offer for a fourth rounder, and with the way he's been producing, I think they were like, sure, we'll take the fourth round pick. Right? I mean, I don't think you could have done any worse. I mean, you could literally go out there and play left defensive end and get the same numbers that Robert Quinn's getting.
I'd be in the hospital, by the way.
Basically, between you and Robert Quinn, you between the two of you got one sack this year.
Not bad, man. I'm doing good. Doing a lot better than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Well,
your fantasy football team's terrible, but
yeah, it's god awful. So the great thing about this trade is not only did we get a fourth round pick for someone who we're going to lose, but we are now going to be the number one NFL team under the cap for free agency. That is good news.
Yeah, and with the way we're playing right now, and if they get a win, if they get the win in Dallas, the schedule's starting to be a little more favorable for us for the next couple of games. So yeah, things are looking good. I mean, I don't know how you were about this, but I was pleasantly surprised about how many pundits and commentators were throwing bouquets toward the Bears after Monday night. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Storm is right on this too.
It
is essentially a fifth.
And did you also see today that in the NFC, I don't know, there's only 14 teams in the NFC anyway, but there was a thing today about the power rankings of the top 10 teams in the NFC.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the Bears are ranked 10th. And that, which doesn't mean a lot because there's only 14 teams in the NFC, so it's not saying a lot. But just to even be ranked in some kind of power ranking thing that where you're not dead last, right?
You found solace in that, man.
I don't know. I
You
just thought it
felt
was
good about
weird.
that.
I saw it. Look,
Is that like
I saw.
the feeling you get of getting a 36 on your math?
Yes, that's correct.
That can't be
Um,
true, man.
look, I saw a lot of stuff on YouTube. Like Colin Cowherd was really saying, like, look, this was a bar changing game. Like this really could set the tone. Like he's like, I don't know what to think of the Bears anymore. Like maybe they really are a playoff team. Maybe they're not as bad as I thought they were.
Well, they're
Right?
a half game out of the wild card. So
Yeah.
I know Poles was talking about how he has confidence in the three guys that are on the screen here: Tevis Gibson, Muhammad, and Dominique Robinson. So out of those three guys, do you think anybody starts to show out a little bit more?
Robinson.
Robinson. I would agree with that. Robinson or Gibson.
I would say
Yeah.
Robinson. Look, Tevis Gibson needed more time. He needed to be out there for more snaps for sure,
Mm-hmm.
right? So hopefully his production ramps up, right? But you know, I think now the thing is really clearly on. They're trying to feature Robinson now. Now that Quinn's gone from that other side, Storm agrees. He's thinking Gibson too.
So the Dallas game. Let's do a little preview of the Dallas game. So Prescott is coming back, from what I
Mm-hmm.
understand, right?
Yeah,
He wasn't.
he played against Detroit.
He I don't know if I think we're catching Dallas at a good time in terms of playing against their offense, because I don't think their offense is really completely gelling this entire year, other
Well,
than
they're still
without Prescott.
look. This was kind of like the whole Zappy Mac Jones type thing all over again, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they were
you got
playing well.
zapped.
Yeah, they were playing. They were playing well. It's Zappy, by the way. They were playing well under Cooper Rush, where they won those 4 or 5 in a row,
And people
and
were
then they
saying
lost
rumors
one.
that
Yeah,
he might
they lost
continue
one,
to
and then
play.
like this game is. This is I think this is going to be Prescott's first game at home since he's come back.
Yeah, I think there's some pressure on him, honestly.
Do you think it could be the same scenario where, like, if he starts out poorly against this team, like they're going to be calling for Cooper Rush to get back in the game?
No. That's Prescott's team.
Yeah,
No,
but
not
Cooper
this
Rush
quick.
was winning.
Not unless there was not unless I understand that, but there's no way. They're not going to take out Prescott that fast. Maybe if next week he was having issues 2 weeks in a row, maybe they would ponder it. But I don't hear that sense from Dallas at all.
Yeah,
But
Storm, was it at home? Oh yeah, it was at home. You're right. I'm sorry. You're correct, Storm. That was at home game. I thought it was in Dallas, Detroit. They looked the same to me, but yeah, you're right. It was at home. Look, Storm, I think they're going to try to establish that run. I mean, they are the number one rushing offense in the league. I think they're going to try to use that run to kind of slow down that rush a little bit. Obviously now with Patrick going on IR, say what you want about the line. Like, this is it. Like, there's no one else coming in, unless they pick up someone in a trade or off the street, right? I mean, Mustapher's your center.
Isn't White here? Is he back right now?
He's on injured reserve too.
I thought I heard him coming back soon.
And he's on injured reserve. I think he's eligible to come back to like week 11 or 12.
I would look, but my computer's messed up right now. So yeah, Mustapher won't die. But you know what? If you look at the Bear, you know what? One of the things that I was listening to after the Bears win was, I think it was Tom Waddle. Tom Waddle was like, I don't understand how good the Bears' offensive line could be in rushing, but pass protection, it's just not there.
Yeah,
it kind of completely baffles how good the line could be with that. And so they've especially against a Dallas team that can rush, they're going to have to continue to run the ball. So I'm going with Carl's old stance: just run the ball, baby.
Run the damn ball.
Run the damn ball. Eat
40
up some
times.
clock. Eat up
Run
some
the ball
clock.
40 times.
Have some more designated run plays for Justin Fields. Get him out of that pocket. Let's see N'Keal Harry a little bit more.
Yeah.
I like to see
Velus
him.
Jones, get Velus Jones in the offense a little bit more.
Yeah, Velus Jones seems to have been almost like benched.
This is rookie. This is a rookie being disciplined, is what it is. This is a rookie saying, "Look, you can't make those kind of mistakes. Think you're gonna be on the field."
Yeah. So I'm picking Dallas to win this game, not the Bears.
I'm picking the Bears, 31-17.
You in this 31-17. You know who's going to rely on any of your predictions if you always say 31-17?
I'm sticking with it because if I don't go with it, it's going to hit. It almost hit last week.
I mean, it was close. You're right, but we didn't even do a prediction last week, so
look,
we just knew what you're going to say.
Here's the other thing: the Bears do look like a different team when they're playing from ahead instead of behind. Like the play calling from Getsy seems to be a little more confident. They seem to be like a little more energized when they're playing from ahead, and they seem to be like taking care of that ball and ball control. That was a different offense when they were playing from ahead, instead of behind.
Casey, Bears 17, Cowboys 14.
I agree. Well, I agree with Katie. The Bears are going to win.
They're going to lose 28. I'm going to say 14.
Okay. I disagree.
Maybe 28-17, but
we'll see how it goes this week. So
that's what I'm betting, man.
We'll do a prediction video before then. So
hey, before we get going for the night, any movement on the Sox manager? No, I haven't heard. I haven't heard much buzz about it.
Nope, nothing ever. I think they're waiting until the World Series is over. Usually, you don't announce anything during the World Series.
I'm with Storm. Me and Storm are aligned. You know, the longer we do this show, the more and more I appreciate Storm.
You're just trying to get on Storm's good side tonight.
That's right. Yeah.
Because you want Storm fighting with you, so.
I like fighting with you better. Ozzie Guillen, you don't want Ozzie, do you, Carl?
I don't mind Ozzie, but I'd rather have the guy from Houston. I'd rather have AJ. I'd rather just have someone new in there. Some new blood. I mean, look, if you're gonna go with Ozzie, you might as well bring back Burley as your pitching coach and AJ as your bench coach.
Yeah, did you read that? That was out on Twitter.
Bring it back. Aaron Rowand as your first base coach or third base coach.
I think Ozzie's the kind of temperament you need on that team, and you need a guy I think that's bilingual, that can talk to some of these players and motivate them.
Yeah, see, starts with me. Like, get the whole game back together. Why not?
I don't think that'd be a bad decision.
Put Bobby Jenks as your bullpen coach out there, right? Maybe make Jermaine Dye your position coach and put Jermaine Dye maybe over first base instead of Daryl Boston, something like that.
Once you hire Walt Hriniak back,
I don't even
as a hitting coach,
he would have come back with. He would have come back with La Russa. I'm surprised he didn't come back with La Russa.
I don't even know if Walt Hriniak is alive anymore.
He's still alive or not. So, all right. Well,
yeah.
All right. Well, Bulls win tonight by 15. They didn't cover for anyone paying attention. They did not cover. I think there was the number toward the second half was like 15.5. So yeah, Scotty Pods, right? Scotty Pods on there. So. All right, so thanks again for tuning in tonight. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, get notified of future episodes. Seriously help us out tonight. Thanks everyone for checking in. Storm, we got some new people in tonight. Morris. Thanks for checking in. COD, thanks for checking in. Skulks, and especially
Dragon.
Katie.
Puff the Magic Dragon, man.
Thanks for checking in. We will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.
Love.
And digits.